Former President Jacob Zuma and the uMkhonto Sizwe party will face off with President Cyril Ramaphosa in the Constitutional Court today. This is over Ramaphosa's decision to place Police Minister Senzo Mchunu on special leave amid a slew of allegations made against him that will be tested before an inquiry. Let's get you the very latest on how things are likely to unfold in court today. Bring in our senior reporter, Canny Maphanga, who's watching those developments. And Canny, what exactly is the MK party and Jacob Zuma asking the court to do here?
Indeed. Good morning to you, Ayanda, and to the viewers at home. Former President Jacob Zuma and the MK party that he leads is asking the Constitutional Court to invalidate the President's decisions regarding the special leave of Minister of Police Senzo Mchunu in the wake of allegations that places him, or rather implicates him, in the allegation of public office bearers colluding with criminal syndicates in South Africa. At the center of this matter is the question of whether the President exercised the powers and the discretion afforded to him by Section 91 of the Constitution of the Republic of South Africa in handling this particular dilemma that he was faced with following those allegations that shocked the nation. Remember his announcement where he stated that he would be placing the minister on special leave, but that was not the only decision he made. There were several related decisions regarding this. Now, because he placed the minister, the police minister, Senzo Mchunu, on special leave, of course, he had to fill the gap that would occur because of that, and he decided to appoint the Professor Kachalia as the acting police minister, as pending that investigation into these allegations that were made against Mchunu and several other institutions in our constitutional democracy. Then, of course, to investigate the very allegations that are being made, he established a Judicial Commission of Inquiry, which will be chaired by what will be the retired Justice Maphanga when he hangs up his robes tomorrow at the Constitutional Court, and we expect that that process will begin over several months to test those particular allegations. Now, the former President Jacob Zuma and the MK party are alleging that the President did not uphold his oath when he made those three related decisions regarding that. They've also argued in papers that the President does not enjoy the powers to place the minister on the leave of absence, which they have technically called a suspension with pay. Their expectation of the President was to axe that particular minister following those allegations, and what they say was an allegation of him lying in Parliament regarding his association with the individual named Brown Mokhotsi. We've also seen them challenge this issue of the establishment of a Judicial Commission of Inquiry, questioning whether it will yield the desired results, how much it will cost the taxpayer, and etc., those issues such as that. But we've had a glimpse into the President's affidavit regarding this particular issue and why he took the decision that he took, so the rationale behind the three related decisions that are being challenged in the Constitutional Court this morning. So we've seen that with the special leave request, or rather that was made, decision regarding the police minister, what the MK party and Zuma have also raised is how the President handled the issue of the former Deputy Minister Andrew Whitfield, which they described as a technical and minor transgression when he travelled overseas without permission, and he was axed regarding that. However, the President says in his affidavit that the two are incomparable and the circumstances are much different. We know for a fact that the trip did take place overseas, and that the former deputy minister acknowledged the wrongdoing regarding that issue, and it was against the rules. And it is against that backdrop that the President rather took the decision to axe that particular minister. However, with the police minister, Mchunu, what we are confronted, or rather what the President is confronted with here, is a number of allegations that have not yet been tested. The President raises the concern of firing a minister on allegations that haven't been tested, and then if an inquiry were to found that actually he is vindicated in this process, then what kind of precedent does that set in the handling of ministers? He says the rational decision would have been to suspend him pending the investigation into this probe. He also goes on to state that because of that particular leave of absence, there couldn't be a gap. So there had to be a minister or acting minister that would be appointed to exercise those powers that would have been afforded to the minister who is now on a leave of absence. And he's stating that the rationale behind picking Professor Kachalia is that he wanted to pick a person who was outside of the cabinet in light of the severity of the allegations that are taking place. He also responds to the claim that this commission will be like that of the Zondo Commission and won't yield the desired results. He dismisses this argument by the former president, Jacob Zuma, and the MK party, and he lists a report which he has filed with his affidavit stating the gains that the Zondo Commission has made following its investigation and regarding the terms of reference that it has made. Of course, he's calling for the Constitutional Court to dismiss this case brought by the former president and the MK party, but I think the critical question, or rather the critical assessment that will be made by the Constitutional Court, as we know that those 3 related decisions have been made and some of them are being implemented as we speak, is whether the president exercised his powers afforded to him in the Constitution and the discretion that he would enjoy when implementing or exercising those powers, if he did so lawfully and rationally. We expect that that hearing will begin at 11 a.m. this morning in the Constitutional Court. Over to you in studio.
All right, Canny Maphanga, our senior reporter, live to us there from the Constitutional Court. As soon as proceedings begin, we'll certainly take you there live. But for now, Canny, thanks very much indeed.